Bonjour, my name is Trish Nadjiwon Meekins, and I'm going to tell you about how the Nadjiwons came to this area of Big Bay or Owen Sound. And this story comes from my great aunt Verna Petronella Johnson in her book called I Am Nokomis Too. My lineage comes from a Nadjiwon woman, my great 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 grandmother. Our family is Potawatomi from Wisconsin. The Potawatomi are Anishinaabek people and are part of the Three Fires Confederacy with the Ojibwe and Odawa. After the War of 1812, my great-grandmother's brothers were already residing here in Saugeen Ojibwe territory, specifically Big Bay. Many Potawatomi people were making the move north to escape the Indian Removal Act, which was passed by President Andrew Jackson in 1830, and that was happening south of the newly established border. My grandmother was married to a Potawatomi man who had already given birth to 3 daughters and was with child when her husband was killed in battle with the Americans. She then became the responsibility of her husband's family, who then did not treat her very well, as they blamed her for having some part in his death. Her community was being held in an encampment by the American soldiers who were getting ready to move them west. This became known as the Trail of Tears, as many died along that journey as far as Oklahoma. Somehow, my grandmother was able to get word to her brothers about her situation, and one of her brothers decided to bring her and the children here to Big Bay. It is said that he happened to own one of the most prized horses in the area among the settlers and First Nations community. At that time, there were not many horses, and this was a beautiful stallion. He gathered some food and gold coins to make the trek to save his sister and her children. Once arriving close to the Potawatomi encampment, he brought 2 more horses and walked in by foot to see his sister. The encampment was guarded by American soldiers, and he had said that he was saying his final farewells. He told his sister to be ready that night as he would be back to take them northeast. She did what was needed to prepare her family and left that night with her brother. They knew that when people found out there would be a pursuit either by her husband's family or by the American soldiers, so they rode straight back for 3 days. When they came to the ferry, he hoped to sell the horses that he had purchased to secure their crossing, but the horses had not fared well on their journey, and the ferry captain said that if he gave him his prized horse, they could get across. He did what was asked, and my grandmother's family made the trek home on foot. And since then, the Nadjiwons and many prominent family names within the Nawash community have come to be and have resided here within the territory ever since.